This one right here is going to be a good one. It's going to be a long ass video. So as you see, Danfinity is the best quarterback in this draft class, projected to go top 5. Amazing arm strength, but terrible pass accuracy. That is absolute cap. They need to go back and watch some more film, dog. Real talk. Patrick Collier Ochocinco projected to go in the second round. 6'3", 203, average run power, good hands, good kick returner. Yeah, he's going to be a steal. Following him is Kevin Garnett Humphrey, projected to go third round. Good run power, great hands, don't even pay attention to kick return. 6'9", almost 200 pounds. If anything, he needs to get in the weight room. Chase McCrimmon made it, but he's projected to go undrafted. Good run power, below average run blocking and pass blocking, along with above average hands. 6'7", 245. Let's see if a team takes a chance on him. Kevin Miller, our starting right tackle over the last couple of years. 6'5", 322. Great run blocking, amazing pass blocking, and he was an excellent run blocker, no doubt about that. So now we have the man following him, Carl Mitchell, the man that won Best Offensive Lineman. That is absolutely ridiculous. Good run blocking, good pass blocking, 6'8", 315 at just 21 years old. And now we got a cat out of Arkansas Pine Bluff, Darren McPherson. Standing at 6'5", 302, great run blocking, great pass blocking, could be a hidden gem in this draft class at the guard position. Jeremy Fleming, our starting left guard, above average run blocking, good pass blocking, 6 feet tall, 282. Maybe it's a matter of height or why they projected him to go 6th to 7th round. I have no idea. Let's go over to the center position. You could argue that this man right here is the best center in this draft class. Our starting center, Ryan Jones, projected to go in the second round. Standing at 6'6", 307, and he is an amazing pass blocker. He did not allow a sack all season, and a good run blocker as well. Let's go over to the defensive side. Look at this right here. Rashawn Pearson is rated as the best defensive end in this draft class. Projected to go first round. This has to be because of physical attributes. Didn't really get many sacks while at Alabama State. 6'6", 267, good tackling. Then we go to the defensive tackle spot. We got Todd Davis coming in, projected to go 5th round, an amazing tackler. Kind of undersized, kind of reminds me of Warren Sapp, 6'1", 299. Then TJ Reddick, projected to go 7th round, 6'4", 275. Kind of undersized as far as weight, but he has great height for a defensive tackle, and he's a great tackler as well, man, especially when it comes to run stopping. The outside linebackers, we got Matthew Cutler coming in out of Howard University, projected to go undrafted, above average tackler, and he has good hands, 5'11", 219, could be considered undersized for some NFL scouts, but I do think he has some speed. Buster Rhymes Brown, a 4th round projection, good tackling, below average hands, 6'1", 250 at 24 years old, and you're going to see his numbers. His numbers are absolutely nuts. Ryan Anderson, projected to go 4th or 5th round, average tackler, good hands, terrible kick returner, even though he won Returner of the Year. That is absolutely ridiculous. But let's see where he goes. Then we go to the free safety spot. We got Nate Reed. Now, he was suspended a couple of times. He is projected to go 1st round. Good tackling, good hands, 6'2", 202. Now, they got him as a hard-hitting free safety, but he was a ball hawk as well, man. Got a few interceptions, but he did get suspended a couple of times. Maybe that will have an effect on him. So Quincy Jones-Long is also projected to go top 5, a balanced strong safety, 5'11", 214, almost like Ed Reed numbers in that case. Great tackling, above average hands, another cat who will hit you as well as pit the ball off. Then we go to the kicker position. We got this kicker out of Jackson State by the name of Clinton James, a power kicker projected to go undrafted. Amazing kick power, great kick accuracy. Let's see if a team takes a chance on him. Now, I didn't scout him because he was an Alabama State Hornet. And then you have Justin Gonzalez, the last HBCU player on this list. Projected to go 4th round. Great kick power, above average kick accuracy. 6'2", 227. So let's see what happens. So now it's draft day. The picks have been made. And for the first time in this series, we have top 5 picks, back-to-back picks at that in the first round. The first man to go up the board is the best quarterback in this draft, and that was Dan Finnerty, going 4th overall to the Cincinnati Bengals. Once again, Dan Finnerty makes Alabama State history, being the highest player pick in the NFL draft coming out of Alabama State. This is his story. Undersized at 5'11", maybe to some coaches, maybe to some scouts, but this man has a cannon for an arm, as you're going to see on display here. He set the record for passing yards in a single season in school history, single season touchdowns in school history. Absolute amazing senior season for Dan Finnerty. Also took home the Davey O'Brien Award, aka the award for the best quarterback in the nation. The Cincinnati Bengals may have a franchise changer. They might be going in the right direction after drafting Dan Finnerty. Here it is on display right here. Nice dot pattern pass right there to Kevin Garnett Humphrey, who you're going to see later on get drafted in this draft class. What can you say about Dan Finnerty, man? He made the most out of his starting spot, and he's been our starter for the last 2 years. But now it's time for him to move on from Watauga, Alabama to Montgomery, Alabama, and now he's going to be in Cincinnati, Ohio. So let's see what they said about him. He has an unbelievable arm. That is facts. Now look at this right here. At the bottom it says he's a very accurate quarterback, but at the top he has terrible pass accuracy. Look at that contradiction. He's good enough to elude defenders and break out, and then it says he reads defenses well. You saw that on display all season in his last season, especially in that national championship game. Quincy Jones-Long goes 5th overall to the San Francisco 49ers. And yes, this might be another franchise-changing decision by the 49ers. They got the best strong safety in this draft class. 5'11", 214. The man can play man coverage. The man can play zone coverage. And if you're out in open space, he has the acceleration to chase you down. Here it is on display versus the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So Ryan Anderson is going to fail to get the tackle. There goes Quincy Jones-Long being circled right there. He's going to get to the ball carrier, take him down. That is what he brings to the San Francisco 49ers, and they are really going to enjoy him. He's very coachable. Joseph Cooley really liked him a lot. And then also he can cover as well. There he is right there on man-to-man coverage, making sure the tight end does not get to the ball. Another great example right here, playing zone coverage. Should have hit that ball off. And yes, that was against the Purdue Boilermakers. But he's a ball hawk. He's a ball hawk as well as a hitter. As you saw on that pick right there on that 2-point conversion attempt versus Tennessee. So Quincy Jones-Long, look at his numbers, a 4.40. He tends to get a little sloppy tackling in the open field. That is cap. Most strong safeties in the NFL are not as fast as he is. That is true. Make sharp breakouts in his back pedal or the T-step. In case you're not familiar with the Asante Samuel and Deion Sanders beef. And he is a leader. When you need him to make big plays, he will make big plays for you. And on top of that, look at that, 22 bench press reps. So congrats to Quincy Jones-Long. Staying in the first round, 9th overall, Rashawn Pearson goes to the Indianapolis Colts. And he went top 10. So that's a new record for us. 3 players go in the top 10 of the NFL draft. Rashawn Pearson is a man who has yet to hit his ceiling. There is so much potential still left in this defensive end. Now, I don't think we got the best out of him at Alabama State, but you could argue that he was the best defensive end we ever had so far. He had 7 sacks last season. I think he had like 8 or 9 in the season before that. And he comes from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. So going from Mississippi to Alabama, now he's up there in Indianapolis. Here he is on display versus Mississippi Valley State in a game in which he had 2 sacks. And on top of that, I believe he had a fumble recovery, if my memory is correct. Now let's look at Rashawn Pearson, a 4.65 40. He's got to keep his shoulder square when stacking the pile, active in pursuit, has average recognition skills for the physical inline run defense, shows a good burst and power off the snap to get pressure on the quarterback. He is a pass rushing defensive end. In my opinion, he's a way better pass rusher than run stopper, and not really surprised with what they said about him though. But yeah, congrats to Rashawn Pearson. So now we go to the second round, 38 overall. Ryan Jones goes to the Green Bay Packers, the 6'6", 307-pound center. In my opinion, the best center in this draft class. He's been our starter for 4 seasons and only allowed 1, maybe 2 sacks in 4 years as a starter for the Alabama State Hornets. So here he is on display right here. Look at him hold up, keep that defensive lineman in front of him, and watch Justin Frankie Beverly Mays go up the gut. I like what the Packers are doing though, getting a great center, a young center on top of that for cheap in the second round. So now they don't have to pay him as much as a first rounder, because he does have the potential of a first rounder. Look at this block right here versus Mississippi Valley State. As you see Stone Cold Steve Austin Mason get that touchdown up the middle. So let's see what they say about him. A 4.85 40. Sets quickly and engages with leverage and pass protection. Facts. Has a very good understanding of blocking angles and positioning. I wish he had a better first step. What? That's crazy. Has the ability to get to the second level and sustain blocks. That is also facts. Congrats to Ryan Jones. 42 overall. Kevin Garnett Humphrey, the 6'9", 197-pound wide receiver, goes to the NFC South to the Atlanta Falcons. Me being a Bucs fan, I felt some type of way about this, man. This really broke my heart. But it is what it is, man. Kevin Garnett Humphrey is in the league. And what he brings to the Atlanta Falcons is height, deep threat, speed. Just need to work a little bit on being consistent with catching the football. But there's a lot of potential here with Kevin Garnett Humphrey. Look at that speed right there. 6'9". He covers a lot of ground. Probably get like 5-6 yards per stride. Here he is right here versus Tennessee. Screen pass right there. Gets that ball, goes into the end zone as fast as he can. And wait till you see his 40 time. His 40 time was a lot better than what scouts were expecting. Now we go right here. I believe this is Grambling State. Deep ball threat. Very Randy Moss-esque. Goes into that end zone for a touchdown. Kevin Garnett Humphrey is going to be a very valuable asset to the Atlanta Falcons in the pass game as well as the run game. He can block downfield as well. But let's see what it say about him. So there it is, a 4.37 40. Now, all of the NFL scouts rave about his hands. In the upper echelon of smart wide receivers in this draft, has outstanding quickness in and out of his cuts, productive downfield receiver with electrifying speed. All that is true, man. I would question the hands just a little bit. He did drop a lot of passes, not as many as Scott Jordan though, but nevertheless Kevin Garnett Humphrey is in the league. Then his teammate, 49 overall, Patrick Collier Ochocinco, probably the most physically talented player in this draft class, goes to the New York Jets. Now you don't have to worry about drop passes for Patrick Collier Ochocinco, and on top of that, he was probably the fastest player in this draft class. We're going to show you that later. Look at that deep ball right there. Remember, he had a 3-touchdown game versus the Jackson State Tigers. I mean, he went absolutely bananas versus the Tigers of Jackson State. There was nothing he could do with him. Here he goes right here on the screen pass. Now, this was pretty much automatic as the season progressed. Screen pass, and he was taking that thing down the left sideline for the touchdown. This is the speed that the Jets are going to be working with, man. They better make sure they have a good quarterback. Now, look at this catch right here. He has great leaping ability and great awareness on the field to get both feet in bounds, man. Yeah, this is the college game. You need 1 foot, but this would have been legal in the NFL as well. That would have been ruled a catch. Now look at the 40 time, a 4.25. Solid wide receiver, has room for improvement. Productive downfield receiver with electrifying speed. The leaping ability comparable to Randy Moss. That is very high praise. And the upper echelon of smart wide receivers in the draft class. Pretty much the similar things they said about him that they did with Kevin Garnett Humphrey. So yeah, man, congratulations to Patrick Ochocinco going to the New York Jets at 49 overall. Nate Reed, 57 overall, goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So he will be teammates with Grant Garcia and Kevin Jackson. Now remember, Nate Reed was projected to go in the first round. But remember, during the season, he got suspended twice for some petty stuff. And I believe that had an effect on his draft stock. So you could argue that he missed out on becoming a first rounder, missed out on first round money. And I'm pretty sure he has a big chip on his shoulder because of that. Now, Nate Reed is a ball hawk, just like Quincy Jones-Long is. He did have 5 picks on the season. Very critical picks. He can play in man coverage. He can play in zone coverage. It doesn't matter. He's going to find that ball and he will pick it off. And if you run in the flat, he will chase you down. Here he is right here versus Virginia Tech, picking that pass off right before the half. So the Pittsburgh Steelers got another ball hawk. Let's see what he does up there in the Steel City. Let's look at his numbers though. A 4.3140. Good God, we have speed back there in our secondary. Not too much to worry about with injuries. Then it says decisive in recognizing plays and is rarely caught out of position. Plants and breaks on the ball with authority. Has blazing speed that NFL GMs covet. And then it says he can line up and cover the slot. We did see that versus Tennessee on that pick. So congratulations to Nate Reed. But again, you should have been a first rounder, homie. So now we go 3rd round, 66 overall. We got the Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lion, Darren McPherson, going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And one thing about Darren McPherson, he is great at run blocking. Here it is on display right here. There he is right there, circled. Watch his first step as they're going up against the Baylor Bears. You see that right there, holding off the defender long enough for the running back to get off. Look at that run right there. That was an amazing run. Touchdown, UAPB. Now here he is right here. He's going to pull. He's going to pull from the left, pick up that defender that's going to come in from the right side right there. Touchdown, Arkansas Pine Bluff. Tampa Bay may have a gem, dog. So let's see what they said about him. Yeah, great run blocking, great pass blocking. I forgot. I didn't do scouting reports on people that didn't go to Alabama State. So congratulations, though, to Darren McPherson. 81 overall. Kevin Miller, New York Jets. Kevin Miller goes in the 3rd round, 6'5", 322. Another underrated tackle that's going to be a hidden gem in the future. The New York Jets are building up on their offense. Got Patrick Ochocinco in the 2nd round. Now they have Kevin Miller. Look at this blocking right here though versus Florida A&M. Just straight moving everybody over to the left side so Justin Frankie Beverly Mays can go right, get into that end zone. Let's show you some more of Kevin Miller. There he is right there highlighted. Now watch this touchdown run by Stone Cold Steve Austin Mason. Pay attention to Kevin Miller. Look how he pushes his defender over to the left, freeing Stone Cold Steve Austin Mason. Getting into that end zone. Let's see one more clip. Here he is right here versus Virginia Tech. He's going to create space, make sure nobody has time to get to Justin Frankie Beverly Mays, free him to go out to the right side, get into the end zone. Great run blocker. Better run blocker in my opinion than pass blocker. And that says a lot, so let's see what they say about him. Great run blocker at the tackle position. That's huge in the league. Uses strength to simply explode into the incoming pass rushers. Hard worker who would do anything the coaches ask. Smart kid. Great in pass protection. It really should say amazing run blocking if we're being real. Carl Mitchell right behind him at 82 overall. Once again, this is criminal. He's going to Washington. 6'8", 316. Yeah, remember, this cat was named Offensive Lineman of the Year. He led the nation in pancakes and he's going in the 3rd round at number 82. That is absolutely criminal. This is another player with 1st round talent that should have been selected earlier. I don't know what these NFL scouts be looking at. Here he is right here, SWAC championship game, Prairie View A&M. Look at how he stays in front of the defensive end, holding him off for Infinity to get that pass off. Once again right here, pass blocking, play fake right here. I believe this is versus Purdue. Held him off long enough to him to get that pass off. Good Lord, Patrick Collier Ocho Cinco, I forgot you did that. That was a nasty hit on the cornerback. And now here he is right here. Here's the long run by Justin Frankie Beverly Mays versus Purdue. Look how he cleans up space and is off to the races right after that. Justin Frankie Beverly Mays, I believe that was the longest run of his career. It was either that or that 90 plus. I forgot which one it was. But anyway, Carl Mitchell, 4.940, shows a good hold point and pass protection. Has marginal awareness for an NFL tackle. Road grader type who can move out his man in the run game. Very strong. He will jolt the defenders on contact with his hands. And look at that right there. 33 bench press reps. Absolute monster. Maybe one day in free agency, Carl Mitchell will get the money he deserves. 98 overall, 4th round. Busta Rhymes Brown goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay has been collecting a lot of HBCU players as of late, but Busta Rhymes Brown is the latest, going 98th overall. Down there, the Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay's looking to build up on that defense. So here he is right here. This is what he brings. He brings speed to the defense, great coverage skills, as well as great run stopping skills, and he will force turnovers on you, as he did right here versus USC in the national championship game. What Busta Rhymes Brown brings to Tampa Bay is a total package, something that they desperately need because they have not been looking good in this NFL Madden franchise that we have been running. So there he goes right there with another pick. Busta Rhymes Brown also has that good hustle mentality. Look at this play right here. You're going to see the cat for Arkansas Pine Bluff make the catch, but then you're going to see Busta Rhymes Brown strip him. Quincy Jones Long picks the ball up, and the whole Chet defense takes it back the other way. That's what Busta Rhymes Brown is bringing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So let's see what they say about him. Look at that 40 time, a 4.35 at 6'1", 250.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
He can tolerate pain, plays with injuries that will sideline any other player, shows good instincts when reading and reacting to plays, has decent hands to make the interception, can stop the ball carrier most of the time. All that is true. All that is absolutely true. 27 bench press reps. Those look like 1st round pick numbers, but congratulations to Busta Rhymes Brown. The Bucks got a good linebacker for cheap. 120 overall. Ryan Anderson, 4th round pick, Philadelphia Eagles. Now, another versatile player that brings a lot to a defense. And for the Eagles, this is something that they're going to really love. Ryan Anderson is great in coverage. Tackling might be questioning. And he's also a great kick returner. Look at that man-to-man coverage versus Mississippi Valley State. Remember, I think he had 2 pick sixes and 2 returns for touchdowns in this one game. He's straight up on Mississippi Valley State. A former freshman All-American, all-conference player, and on top of that, great instincts. He can catch the football. You could argue that we could have lined him up at wide receiver if we wanted to, but he was not needed on that side of the ball. Here he is right here in zone. We're running cover 3 right here. He's going to go back, going to intercept that pass, and that interception put this game to bed. Now we're going to show you right here versus Purdue. Here he is right here, and man-to-man coverage, picking this pass off in the end zone. That pretty much killed Purdue's momentum as they was getting ready to score on that drive and potentially take the lead. But thanks to Ryan Anderson, they didn't. And because of that, he is now in the NFL, a 4.38 40. They said he'll be injured as much as the rest of the corners in the NFL. Wow. Called by many one of the fastest athletes in college football, Has a superb burst to close on the ball and excellent deep acceleration. Has above average awareness working the zone. Maybe you could argue that he could work more on zone coverage, but he is phenomenal in man-to-man coverage. And he's going to get better with the Philadelphia Eagles. So there you go, Ryan Anderson in Philly. So now we got a punter coming off the board, Justin Gonzalez out of Florida A&M, going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 122nd pick in this draft class. Gonzalez got some things he got to work on, but there's a lot of potential with him. Here he is right here going up against Bethune-Cookman, kicking that thing pretty high in the air. That's some pretty good hang time for Justin Gonzalez. We didn't scout him either. Great kick power, above average kick accuracy. I'm pretty sure they will have him work on his accuracy, but they got a gem right here. He has very good hang time when kicking that football. Todd Davis, 5th overall, 149, going to the San Diego Chargers. 6'1", 299. Kind of like very reminiscent of Warren Sapp. He's a good run stopper. He clogs up a lot of space in between the trenches. Here he is right here in the SWAC championship game. We're going to freeze it right here. There he is right there, getting his hands on that running back and taking him down. Now, in my opinion, he's a better run stopper than a pass rusher. Here he goes right here, though, rushing the quarterback and getting a sack right here as the half gets ready to end. Look at that sack right there. Our defense is so legit. 4'8", 540 shows the nasty nature to punish quarterbacks. The wear and tear seen at defensive tackle, he'll be injured. Lord. Has the leg drive to push the pocket on the pass rush. Good effort type who is quick to locate the football. That's what you want in a defensive tackle. Jeremy Fleming, 153 overall, going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So what does this mean? Everybody on our offensive line, with the exception of our right guard, because he's not draft eligible yet, has been drafted. We're going to be so inexperienced on the offensive line, man. Can't wait to start season 12. But here is Jeremy Fleming, our left guard. He's in the league, getting drafted in the 5th round. 6 feet tall, 282. He and Carl Mitchell were absolutely phenomenal on the left side of the line. Look at all that space. Jeremy Fleming, another hidden gem. Pittsburgh got a great left guard for cheap, dog. He may have some time to develop, but I think he's ready right now. Look at that block right there, though, for Justin Frankie Beverly Mays. Now you're going to see this block on a play fake. He's going to hold up in front of the Nebraska defender long enough for Dan Finnerty to get that pass off. And you see Kevin Garnett-Humphrey making the catch, getting that thing into the end zone. This is one of our patented plays, man. It always works no matter what. And then here he is right here versus the Southern Jaguars. Let's see what happened right here. Holding off the defender long enough for Justin Frankie Beverly Mays to get off to the left sideline, get that thing into the end zone. So Jeremy Fleming, 153 overall. Here he is right here, decent run blocker. Aggressive player who gives an all-out effort but lacks ideal awareness. Flashes, popping, strong hand punch, getting into the opponent's chest. Back pedal smoothly in pass protection. Now here's the only player that I don't have any highlights of, but this is Matthew Cutler. He got drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A 7th round pick that went 194 overall. Now, him being 5'11" may have a lot to do with why he got drafted so low, but he does have some good speed on him, man. And I think Tampa Bay may have something with Matthew Cutler. It says he's an above average tackler. He has good hands. He can cover in space. But again, fans might not like this pick. They might not expect a lot out of him with him being 5'11", but congratulations to him. There goes Chase McCrimmon, 197 overall, 7th round, San Francisco 49ers. Him and Quincy Jones-Long will be teammates again. Now with him, He did drop passes, but he did improve in his final season. He did end up catching his first ever touchdown reception in his senior season. Here it is right here versus the Prairie A&M Panthers. That was a big moment for him. He can also block. He's a very good run blocker as well as a pass blocker. We use him primarily for run blocking, but when we did need him to catch the ball, he was reliable at times. But here he is right here in the open field. Watch him pick up this defender right here, and then he's going to free Justin Frankie Beverly Mays going up the middle. So let's see the numbers on him. A 4.6 40, not bad. He is as good as Shockey and Gonzalez when breaking tackles. That's commendable. Shows good body flexibility getting to the ball. Has quickness off the ball as a drive blocker. And then he says good enough hands for a rookie tight end in the NFL. Yeah, if anything, I think he will be way better than what he was at Alabama State if he works on his hands. Just work on catching the football, homie. Congrats to you, though. Clint James out of Jackson State. A 7th round pick selected at 222 overall. He's going to the Arizona Cardinals. He's going to be kicking for the Cardinals down in the desert. Now with him, he's a clutch kicker. A very clutch kicker. We're going to show you in a few seconds. He was reliable against Bethune-Cookman when they was not clicking on offense. And on top of that, he's pretty much automatic on points after touchdown. So here he is right here versus Bethune-Cookman. This is a kick from almost 50 yards out. When their offense was not clicking, the Jackson State Tigers had to depend on the foot of Clint James to win in this football game. And that kick right there is a little bit under 40 yards. I forgot. But anyway, he was projected to go undrafted, but he got selected 7th round. So he's a power kicker. Kick power amazing. Kick accuracy is great. 6'1", 186. The man will eventually be kicking from 60 plus yards. Congratulations to Clint James. Last but not least, the second to last pick in this draft, TJ Reddick went 223 to the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of people question, why did he go so low? A lot of people are saying inconsistency. They watch him on film. He plays great one snap, then he looks very lackadaisical the next snap. 6'4", 275. Maybe that 275 has a lot to do with it. But nevertheless, a team drafted him. They're willing to take a chance on him. Now he has to make the most of that opportunity. But he does move like a cat for a defensive tackle. Here he is right here. Look how he reacts when this ball goes flying in the air as he recovers it. Versus the USC Trojans. This is one of the most historic plays in Alabama State football history, dog. And TJ Reddick is the receiving end of it. So, let's see what they said about him. So he ran a 4.84 40. Has average health concerns. Maybe that's why he went so low. He once registered 12 sacks in a high school game as a senior. Defeats the isolated blocker with average strength, but all-out effort. Has the speed to get into the backfield and disrupt plays. So there it is, man. Those are all the HBCU players that popped up on the Madden list that got picked in this draft. We've never had that before. That's a first. Hope you enjoyed the video. Join us next time. Peace.